Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
President Joe Biden has done the right thing in suspending his re-election campaign, a political expert has told our channel. The commander-in-chief, 81, dramatically announced he would not seek a second term in office following weeks of mounting speculation after his poor first debate performance against Donald Trump. Biden announced that he would not seek re-election by posting a statement on his X account. "It has been a great honor in my life to serve as your president," he wrote. "And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Biden added that he would be addressing the nation later this week. Biden has been urged to change course for weeks by a growing number of lawmakers on Capitol Hill and former presidential aides. Calls for the president to end his campaign intensified again following gaffes at a NATO event in Washington, D.C., where he accidentally referred to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as President Putin, and embarrassingly called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. Even A-list celebrities like George Clooney weighed into the debate, urging Biden to drop out. Biden's decision comes weeks after he vowed to continue fighting. He is the first sitting president since Lyndon B. Johnson not to seek a second term. Johnson dramatically announced the decision in March 1968 following a primary challenge and backlash over his handling of the Vietnam War. Political expert David Richards believes Biden has taken the right course of action. Joe Biden did the right thing by stepping aside in the presidential race, he told our channel. He has served his country well and for a long time, but it was clear based on the first debate, it was time for him to enjoy retirement from public service. It had become clear that the Biden campaign had become a liability for the Democratic Party. Richards believes the voters want a nominee that's stable and on top of their brief. "I think this is in part why Biden won in 2020 and why he was unable to recapture that same spirit for years later," he said. Election Day is just months away and Richards revealed the Democrats couldn't afford to wait, given what is at stake. Biden made the decision to end his re-election campaign following weeks of mounting pressure. President Joe Biden's gaffes have increased at an alarming rate over the past few years. He called time just days after defiantly telling ABC star George Stephanopoulos that only the Lord Almighty would be able to convince him to drop out. Stephanopoulos was later seen telling a member of the public that he didn't believe Biden would serve another 4 years. Democratic sources sounded the alarm moments after Biden and Trump clashed in Atlanta in the CNN debate last month. The event was the earliest in the presidential election cycle. But Biden's performance didn't reassure those who were skeptical about whether he could serve for another 4 years. Democratic strategist Van Jones told CNN that Biden didn't do well. And one politician told NBC News it's time to talk about an open convention and a new Democratic nominee. Biden sensationally admitted that he nearly fell asleep during the debate. He claimed that his sprints around the world were among the reasons to blame. Democrats went public and called for Biden to suspend his campaign. Lloyd Doggett, a Texas congressman, was the first lawmaker to call for Biden to step down. Doggett stressed that he respected Biden's achievements in office. Democratic lawmaker Jared Golden, of Maine, penned an op-ed that revealed he would be okay with a Trump victory in November. Colorado congressional candidate Adam Frisch and former Ohio lawmaker Tim Ryan also called for Biden to stand aside. At least 10 House Democrats went public and called for Biden to end his race. Nancy Pelosi, the former House Speaker, had urged Biden to decide on his candidacy sooner rather than later. Some wealthy Democratic donors also abandoned their support for the president, per the New York Times. Now Biden has stood aside, it's not clear who will succeed him as the Democratic Party's presidential nominee. Top Democrats are jockeying for the position now Biden has suspended his campaign.